during that meeting. No, I 100% was just like, so we basically, he was lambasting us for basically when 5 o'clock rolls around, we all say peace because we work till 5. And
Yeah, that's how it works.
we have multiple overlapping shifts. So, you know, we have people that work till 6, till 7, till 8, and then we have the night shift. And then we have people that start at 6, 7, and 8, and 9 the next morning.
Yeah.
So, you know, we got a lot of overlapping shifts, and yeah, so 5 o'clock rolls around, I'm like, all right, peace, fuck you. But here's the thing, because officially first shift is 8 to 5, and everything outside of the 8 to 5 shift is considered first shift plus alternative. We have protocols we need to follow for 5 o'clock, which is all tasks must be assigned out at 5 o'clock that came in before 5 o'clock. Fair enough. Came in during our shift, we have to work on them because typically the people submitting those tasks kind of want them to be handled when they're in the office. Fair enough.
Right. That's kind of what a partially automated system can help.
Yep, no, totally fair. So yeah, he's lambasting us. He's like, you know, people are trying to leave without picking up tasks. There's still tasks in the queue even 10 minutes later. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool and all, and I totally agree with everything you're saying there, boss man. But we have 4 o'clock shifters that I've seen leave. And by the way, both 4 o'clock shifters were in this meeting. And we have 4 o'clock shifters who I've seen leave when there's been a task sitting in the queue for 3 hours before they left, and they didn't take it. So what are we going to do about that? And he just pauses.
You made him so mad.
Oh, yeah. I did, because you know what he immediately brought up right after that? What we were just talking about earlier. He immediately pivots to, yeah, you know, Sneaky, you're doing this thing wrong, but I'm not going to call you out. But you know I'm calling you out because we talked about this. It's
Well,
like, yeah,
hey,
fuck
tell
you,
you
buddy.
what, it's like, hey, fire me and let me know what your boss says when he finds out.
Right. It's even better because I got fucking the owner of the company gets emails from our various client managements who tell them, they're like, oh my god, yeah, Sneaky's the best. We only want to really work with Sneaky because Sneaky always knows what he's doing, and he's always really fast about it. And if he doesn't know what he's doing, he's always very upfront and honest about it and explains to us what he's going to try and do to fix it.
Yep. Best thing you can do is, if you don't know the answer, tell them I will find the answer.
Yeah. And you don't fuck around being like, oh, well, I got some ideas, but I have to, like, check with people. And no. Just say, look, I have no idea. I want to figure it out.
I don't know. Yeah. Just be honest. Customers like honesty, and customers will keep coming back because of the honesty. Something that is, for some reason, hard to explain to people who have been running small businesses longer than I've been alive in some cases. Like, how did you stay in business when you're a vague shithead?
By lying.
Because people don't always want honesty. They want to be told something that makes them feel good.
That too.
Honesty usually makes people feel good. It was like,
Not really.
There's a fine line between saying I don't know but I'll find out versus I don't know and I can't fix it. Most people
absolutely
will appreciate that.
That's fair.
Saying I don't know but I will figure out will have more customers coming back than I don't know and leaving it at that.
Yeah,
now the customer knows you lied to them.
Yes.
They don't.
The problem is that if you tell them I don't know, everything after that doesn't matter with a lot of people because they go, oh, you're incompetent, then why'd I even bring it to you? I could do it myself.
Now, I'm not going to say Sign's wrong because I've literally had some people say that before to me. We literally had one lady who refuses to talk to anyone on Tier 1. I'm Tier 1. She talked to me. But she refused to talk to anyone on Tier 1 because the people on Tier 1 before have been fucking incompetent. And they wasted her time. And she's like, look, just get me to Tier 2. I don't want to work with anyone from Tier 1. But I convinced her to work with me, and I fixed her issue because I know what I'm fucking doing, and I'm not stupid.
That's the exception, not the rule.
The rebuttal is that the exception has been my rule going through life in my 3 to 4 jobs. So in my experience, most people appreciate the honesty with the follow-up of like, I will find you the answer. I just need a moment.
I think, Max, I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's less the honesty and more the personality of the person delivering it. Because,
absolutely.
Yeah, because I will 100% say that we've had clients where everyone's like, oh, I freaking hate this person, they're so mean, they're so blah, 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 and then I'll fucking sit down and I'll just talk to them. I'll be like, hey, you know, what's going on? What's the problem? How long has it been going on for? Can you show me how you did it? All right, I'm going to try some things now. And by the end, they're like, oh, man, you're just so great. You're always, you know, you're always on top of whatever's happening. And it's like, it's all you really needed to do was not answer the phone like, ugh, what's the problem? Ugh, I mean, whatever. Yeah, I guess I'm doing stuff. You fucking like that's how some of these people answer the phone, or they're just doing shit like
Why are you there if you can't pretend? But dude, you're paid to also act like you at least
you say that,
life.
But Max, once again, you have to keep in mind we are the exception, not the rule. I know a lot of people who don't realize that part of being paid to do retail work is acting like you are enjoying doing the retail work.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh,
so
God, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get into Robinhood to get some of my tax forms. You know, you forgot your password, forgot your username.
Yeah.
Robinhood has a forgot your email address problem.
Oh no.
Which no, hold on. No, to be fair, sometimes people are like, oh, I don't want this attached to my normal email just in case, so I'm gonna have like this side email that I never really ever use.
Absolutely, that's just a scary option to see.
I
feel
the
like
website. Oh boy, Robinhood, I hope you're ready.
I'm real worried about the potential for social engineering in those scenarios.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, look, the example I used earlier with the lady who was having some issues, she didn't realize, like I was trying to get information out of her about how her TeamViewer was set up, and she didn't realize she had a TeamViewer account.
Yep.
Like that's how her remote access system was set up, and she had a TeamViewer account on both computers, and one of the computers was labeled as easy access and added in as a device that can be managed.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, so it's just like she didn't know she had an account until I pointed it out, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I have an account." It's like, yeah, that's why I was asking whether you're logged in through an account or through a number.
Yeah, most users have that problem. They don't know what the hell they have over half the time, and if they do know what the hell they have, they don't know where their login information is, their password, any of that shit.
Which honestly, it just baffles me. It's like, I'm sorry, you know, I worked with a lot of clients, okay? The average amount of passwords you have to remember at a company is, I've seen at most 3, at minimum 1.
I'm gonna say most of the time it's usually 1, and then every 30 days they force you to change a number on it.
Well, no, sometimes it's like, oh, we have an ERP program that we purchased, and it's not linked into Active Directory, so that's another one. And then maybe they have like a QuickBooks account, so that's another one. And that's about average about how many I've ever seen someone really need to log into with stuff, because most other stuff tends to be Active Directory synchronized or through the Microsoft account. So, okay.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Four accounts, because the Microsoft is another one. And most people have not moved to a hybrid environment yet.
Oh, I've seen a lot where your Microsoft account is tied to the AD, so your Microsoft password is your AD password.
That's literally what I just said, hybrid environment. literally what
My
I just
stuff
said.
cut out when you said those words. I did
Okay.
not hear them.
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyway, so enough story time. Time for garbage. Let's go. So, gentlemen,
Never good when he starts off like that.
No.
I had an idea,
Oh no.
and I wanted to see what kind of content we would get out of this idea. And it's probably going to be terrible. But as several VTubers have asked for it recently, there's probably quite a bit of HoloLive fanfiction.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, it's just
It
gonna be
will
nothing but
be on 3.
shitposting it. Niji
This is
Sanji.
nothing but porn.
Of course, it's nothing but porn.
I am highly amused by the fact that Niji Sanji and even VTuber is not a section, but HoloLive is.
Yeah,
I mean,
it all falls
That's
under
the only
Hololive
section
in
that
some places.
exists.
Somebody tried to commission me to write Hololive porn. I had to tell them no.
See, that's the thing, is right. It's like, on one hand, to a certain degree, they are characters, right? And I think like making a game with them, that's fine, right? If you're gonna, make a fan game and it's gonna be like an RPG and you're gonna have them say things, and as long as you're making them say stuff that's in theme or a reference to some sort of clipped joke, I feel like that's all right. But and even if you want to like write a written adventure where it's like, Fauna and Crony go on an adventure and this is the story about it, that's fine.
Even if you did, like an isekai or something, like.
Right. Well, yeah. Right. It HoloLive world, because they're trying to do that still.
Oh God, that's such a dumb idea.
It's gonna be something.
I can go on my metaverse rant, but I won't.
Your what rant?
It's about all people trying to.
Did he just like?
Okay, so it wasn't
I
just
think-
me.
The robot got him.
Okay, so just to be clear, he digitized out of existence for everyone else as well.
Yeah, I think
I
the
thought that was just
uprising
my
has
internet.
begun, Sneaky.
I genuinely
No, I
thought
just
my
had,
The
to,
internet
I
Matrix
just
died.
had to
got
get
him.
my laundry out of the basement. I wish I'd been digitized out of existence. Sorry, what I was saying was my rant about people who consistently try to make metaverses.
Oh
Because-
yeah. Okay.
Here's the problem. Everybody, what corporations want from a metaverse is they want to be the one who makes Ready Player One, except the problem that they have yet to understand is that in Ready Player One did not start out as this second world with a functioning economy. It didn't. It started out as a game with its own in-game games and currencies, and then over time, as that game became more popular, it started to acquire real-world value, no different than Gil in Final Fantasy, Gold in WoW, or I don't know, what's another popular MMO out there?
RuneScape Gold.
So basically, every
Yeah,
single
RuneScape
company
Gold,
just
right?
wants to get
But-
the reward without doing any of the work.
However, as the thing that was known as whatever the fucking game in Ready Player One was, came back, then as more and more people started to use that currency, and here's the thing, all it takes is one insane company to go, you can order pizza with WoW Gold, and guess what? WoW will start a metaverse.
Sounds right.
I feel like that's very limited. You need I think a better example than WoW Gold is EveScript.
Yeah, EveScript is a much better example.
Because
Yes.
because like there is actual guilds. There is actual guilds in Eve called the Banking Conglomerate. And
Yeah.
they run real life casinos. Not
And then there's one
Not-
motherfucker that took off with all the money.
no. No, you don't fuck with the banking clans.
Wait, you don't remember that?
No, that was not part of the banking clans. That was a different independent group.
Ah.
There's also there's one other thing, which is our tech still isn't ready for a theoretical metaverse yet.
Oh,
Where-
well, that's what I'm saying,
No.
though, right? Is Eve gets away with it by literally having a server dedicated to each system. That's how Eve gets
Yeah.
away with it. It's technically a unified server architecture, and they're able to shift. Basically, so whenever giant battles happen in Eve, they turn off other systems in Eve. So like each star system, they actually turn them off and shift that server processing and computing power to the system that's being the most heavily loaded. Which is how they manage to
That's
support them.
smart.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's like crazy that they managed to figure that one out. But you need basically a system that works like that, because right now, effectively, WoW is shunted into blades, and you can't have a true metaverse economy until everything is one single WoW server. Maybe broken up by region, but still one single WoW server, one EU server, one America's server, one Asia server. Like,
and let's not forget, we still haven't achieved the internet of everything, which
Right.
is really important for this as well. We were so close, and then they dropped it for the new fad, which I think
Thank
was
goodness.
ironically VR into metaverse into AI now. 'cause
personally, I think that's a good thing. The smart appliance trend was absolutely horrible and a disgusting blight upon existence.
Oh yes, it was. I'm a big fan of the joke of the IT worker whose smartest thing in his house is a printer and a shotgun always at hand in case the printer turns.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Can I make that bigger?
Also, some big news for Elden Ring apparently.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
are we
heard
finally
the,
getting DLC?
Yeah,
They're
they're
dropping the
bringing
DLC trailer
out,
tomorrow. They're dropping the trailer for it tomorrow, like the full official video reveal. I swear to God, if it's another one of Japan's stupid, here's a teaser for the actual reveal. I hate that
Here's
so
a
much.
countdown for the teaser for the trailer, for the real trailer of the gameplay trailer of the gameplay teaser trailer.
There was one.
Mouth.
I think Atlas is still the worst, where they're like,
Atlas
all right,
is forever
guys,
the worst.
here's an announcement for a date. Great. The date was to let you know the date of an actual teaser.
Yeah.
And the teaser was to let you know there was an actual trailer on a certain day, and then the trailer finally dropped. Like,
Yeah.
guys,
Nope.
fuck off.
But anyway,
This is too much.
as I was trying to say, the whole thing when it comes to trying to create a metaverse, and I'm more in line of at this point the Marvel Cinematic Universe of a unified, but separated strands of plot. It's a very mixed bag. If you try to have unified plot, like the Cinematic Universe tried, it's very hard because, of course, you have to balance the need to make an interesting movie, but you also can't make too much information in that movie be important, because if you do, then everyone who's watched who wants to watch the unified movie has to watch now like 19 other movies to understand all of the characters in the unified movie, because the unified movie is just about them being unified doing a thing and isn't going to explain any of the characters, any of their backstory, any of their byplay, etc. Right?
Yeah, but you could have a metaverse without having the unified, Avengers Assemble moment. You can just have everybody on their own paths in the same universe.
Well, that's what typically comic books do, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there is an appeal to the MCU styled system, because the flip side of, oh, they have to watch 19 movies is, oh, they have to watch 19 movies. That's 19 times one person has to pay to watch the 20th movie.
Well, there's also the fact that on the customer side, the payoff, if it's good, is worth it.
Yes, that's the thing, though. That's what I'm saying. It's a very careful balance, because you actually have to produce good content. Otherwise, if you produce something like Miss Marvel, and absolutely fucking bomb in theaters, everyone's going to quickly lose interest in the Unified movie, because it's like, oh, I have to watch that?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, it's not just that, right? It's also the issue
What the
of
fuck?
the fact that you have nose. We can
I'm
hear
about
you.
to mute
No,
him.
yeah, I'm just going to fucking kick him. But anyway, so HoloLive, the anime, they're trying for it. I'm overall more or less all right with writing up general adventures for a role like character. It's not real person fiction. It's not the adventures of the person playing Gura. It's the adventures of Gura as characterized by the person who plays Gura. It's a very fine line between Chris Pratt playing this character and writing about this character the way Chris Pratt plays it, and writing about literally Chris Pratt doing that thing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine and all. My problem with this is
but where
when
I draw the line is porn.
Yes, that's kind of.
I feel like that crosses the real person fiction line of, it's not just like, it's the, you know what it is? It's the same reason why I hate people at the D&D table that try to do NPC romance.
Oh God.
Listen, I recently started running D&D again. And one of the things I made, right, I know some people are like, oh, setting ground rules is cringe. I'm like, no, I think setting down rules as a DM is great. And one of my ground rules was, I am not here to RP your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Setting ground rules is an incredibly important part of making this a fun experience for
Yeah.
all involved.
Exactly.
But here's the thing, some people still go, woke.
Well,
No,
they're
bro, that's not
stupid.
woke. That's just basic human decency.
Also, it was called House Rules 10 years ago, so
Yeah.
but also, I also hate romance between two players. Even if they're boyfriend and girlfriend IRL, I think it's weird. I think it's stupid. I don't want to be here as you RP being fantasy boyfriend and girlfriend. I want to play the fucking game.
Yeah.
That shit is cringe if you're subjecting me to it.
So that's why I have the same take when it comes to VTuber romance stories. It's fine if you want to be like, oh, you know, Mume goes out and does the thing. Cool. I'm chill with it. It's a Mume falls in love, and here's her intense love story that I'm just gonna wholesale invent because, you know, obviously when it comes to HoloLive, barring very extreme circumstances with certain members and explicitly other certain members, they don't do the romance thing.
Yeah. There was one that did, and they got themselves fired.
Well, no, because Noelle and Flair gave each other promise rings. Katana and Coco gave each other promise rings. Okayu and Karone married each other. But like I said, like those are very explicit circumstances, and it's not like, oh, they act like this with everyone. It's like, no, they act like this with the person they're fucking living with.
Yeah.
Which, again, I think it's that goes from the line of it's creepy because you're now inventing behaviors and interactions and opinions of a real person that actually exists. And you're moving it to, I am now writing about my neighbor's sex life. Still creepy for a different reason. You know, it's if you want to whack off the fucking Noel times flare porn, go for it. I don't care. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it. I think it's a little bit weird. You know, I mean, I generally think porn's a little bit weird, but whatever. Point being, though.
But, like, hey, listen, I'm not a fit. Listen, I don't need to know what your porn is. To me, look, as long as it doesn't involve children, and it involves like consenting adults, fuck it. I don't give a shit what your porn is. I don't want to know what it is, though.
I mean, yes, but also at the same time, I personally just think of the idea of you watching a video of other people having sex is weird. Like, if you want to be like, here's an image of someone that gets me really horny, and I'm now going to imagine myself having sex with them, and then you jack off, it's like, that's one thing, but it's another thing if it's like, I am now watching a video of 2+ people having sex with each other. It's like that.
You're treating it like cuck porn.
I just feel it's literally kind of what it is. Because it's just
and
like,
you're the cuck if you're watching it, yeah.
Yeah, effectively. I just think it's weird.
This is why anime girls are superior. They're
Really?
not real.
2D waifus are superior. They will never betray me.
Exactly.
Thank you, Phoenix. Yes, I appreciate the meme. Very true. But yeah, so it's no matter how you skew it, writing porn, I think, so let's be clear as well. I think it's weird if you write fan fiction about Chris Pratt. Just like Chris Pratt, period. Like, not Chris Pratt as this character, just like, here's the story about, like, Chris Pratt woke up today and he went outside and saw a dog and he pet it. And then he went down to the local coffee shop and ordered a coffee. Like, I think that's weird because, like, now you're fantasizing about someone else's life in a very stalkerish way.
Yeah.
Like, this is a real person. You know? With VTubers, at least there's that little level of separation. But,
I mean, to be fair, the best stories, the best fictional stories, treat all their characters as if they're real, but we all know they're not fucking real.
Yes, but I think that's the it's not the Twitter dilemma, but it is a Twitter dilemma. Twitter likes to treat fake characters as real people and real people as fake characters. Did you ask this 2D waifu consent? I can't.
Yeah.
It's a fucking picture. And then in the same fucking breath, they'll turn around and look at this real life person and be like, I fucking hate you. You should die in a fire. I wish to kill your entire family. It's like, bro. You have these mixed up. You're supposed
It's Twitter, what'd you expect?
Yes. I'm aware, but that's sort of what I'm saying, you know. It's like, Yes, treat the characters like they're real, but it's a fiction. It's you go to the movie, you turn your brain off, you accept whatever wild shit's going on during the movie, and you're not going to be like, why don't they just tell each other what they all saw? Why don't they just turn the light on? Why don't they crouch behind the bush and not scream at the top of their lungs? Well, it's because it's a horror movie and they're supposed to die.
Because then the plot wouldn't happen.
Right, you know. But it's like... It's... What would Naruto do? Here's all of his life choices. I'm gonna fucking play fucking Barbie Sims dolls with Naruto's life and his existence. That's fine because Naruto's not fucking real. They're not a real person.
He's real to me!
Not they
Your
don't.
feelings
My mind.
are not
Konoha doesn't actually exist. The elemental nations isn't real. You know that, so it's fine because all of that's entirely fantasy. But when you start to edge out of the full fantasy and you move more into, this is the reason why I hate those AUs where it's like, oh, this is Naruto, but he's like going to college in 2020 and he works at a coffee shop and he doesn't have chakra powers, and Sasuke is a cop, and it's like, okay, now you're getting into basically borderline real person fan fiction where you are writing a fantasy that is very much
You need to stop immediately.
not fantasy. This is very much now a delusion. And I just I hate it. I hate it. I hate it when people get close to like that real. It's the same reason why I'm okay with like the fuck. I'm not gonna say lolly body type, but the short stack body type. I'm fine with people being like, oh, look at all this fucking porn of it. It's like, yeah, it's whatever. It's not real. There's plenty of people that actually exist out there like that, but it's like it's not real. And it's also at the same time, it's like, oh, this person's 15 years old. That fucking picture I sent Max. This person's 7. They have the body of a 19-year-old because Japan weird. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, is looting this person with a 19-year-old looking body creepy? No. Like, oh, they're technically 7. It's like, yeah, but that's quite literally, in this
I
case,
don't think it's-
just
I
a
don't think it's
number.
really that. I don't think he's
Isn't
doing
there
that.
isn't there an actual
Sorry,
real life?
What?
I don't
Will,
think
will
it's-
one of you form a
that.
coherent fucking thought so I can respond to it?
No.
I have. I don't think you ever sent me anything about that.
No, the
We've had
Azure Lane
discussions of-
stuff. Remember?
Oh, yeah, that one where I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not how biology works, Japan. Please stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that
where-
one.
Yeah, it was like literally, the text said, this is a 7-year-old, and the picture said, this is a 16-year-old.
Yeah, this is like post puberty. It's like that's not.
Yeah, and
That's
it's like,
weird.
the
Yeah.
JoJo characters, like, they're technically all, like, 16 or something, but they look like in their fucking late 20s. And
Yeah.
it's like, am I
That's
gonna find
heavily
someone
to the-
weird for sexualizing them? No, because they all look like they're in their late 20s. Again, this is not a real person we're talking about. This is quite literally a fictional character. Their age doesn't exist. On the inverse, I don't care if they're 5,000 years old on paper, if they have the body of a prepubescent 6-year-old girl. It's a prepubescent 6-year-old girl.
And you're not fooling anyone.
Isn't there actual real-life hormonal issues with people age and grow faster? Yes. No, it's called
Yes,
but-
missing father syndrome.
That
I'm
No.
I'm not even joking. No, they actually have done multiple studies and have proven that a father lacking in the household actually accelerates puberty by 3 to 4 years.
No, I mean the thing that you remember that Robin Williams movie? Not Patch Adams. The one with the kid that was he was like 10 but looked 40.
Benjamin Button.
Then
No,
I have
that's
no idea what you're
Benjamin
talking
Button
about.
No,
was
I mean
reverse
I know
aging,
I
yeah.
know what he's talking about in terms of the
I know
condition.
the
There
movie he's talking
is
about. I just don't know the name of the movie.
yeah, there is a condition where people age very quickly due to the way that their cells work.
It's
I
also
think it's
called
a genetic
stress.
disease.
Well,
I
this
mean,
is
yes, but there's a
genetic
very
age.
specific
That's the name of the movie, Jack. He played a 10-year-old boy
Yes, it's
whose
Jack.
cells were aging 4 times as
Jack,
fast.
yes. Okay, yep. Yeah, no, obviously not that extreme, but
Well, yeah, not that extreme.
well, I mean, the thing is, like, you know, Asian genetics, they look very young for a very long time, and then they look very old for a very short period of time, and then they die.
They hit 60 and they go from looking 20 to looking like a shrunken little old lady.
Yeah. But
as they do,
yes,
their wisdom grows
there is
tenfold.
various genetic factors that will change someone's age rate. There is hormonal factors. Because you specifically said hormonal issues, not genetic or you know
Yeah, that's fair. Poor
hereditary.
wording on my part.
Yeah. So, you know, specifically hormonal issues. It's called missing father syndrome. It literally
That's
causes
fucking weird.
It literally causes boys to become aggressive and violent, and it causes girls to go through puberty at like the age of 9 to 10.
Well, and some of it is just like genetics just kicked you in the ass.
Oh yeah, certainly. Again,
Like,
yeah, some of the times it's just
yeah.
genetics. Yeah.
I had a friend in elementary school, 5th grade. Puberty hit her before anyone else. She grew tall, lanky, had started developing at the hips. It's like
5th
2
grade.
years before most other people would.
Yeah, damn.
And as
Yep.
far as I remember, she had a good family life from what I remember. Like
Well, yeah, yes. Sometimes,
both parents there. Sometimes genetics just like, fuck you, kid.
Yeah. Or you
we
know,
had
alternatively,
this entire generation like that in the grade below me, and we were all sitting there wondering, what did they start putting growth hormones in the chicken or something?
actually,
well, like,
it's funny you say
Well,
that.
you mentioned that.
right, and it's one of those things. It varies from people. Like, puberty hit me specifically super weird because like I started to grow, like, you know, physically grow as all guys do, but like
I gained a foot over
body
summer.
hair, voice drop, that shit didn't hit me until like my freshman year. But I'd already hit like 5'9" by the time I was a freshman.
I went from like 5 foot to 6'1" over summer.
Oh yeah, so you probably had the same thing that happened to me because my brother, I'm 5'10", my brother's 5'11". My brother does have a little bit of inch on me, but puberty hit him in like 7th grade. Oh my god, he gained like I forget, it was like an inch and a half in a week. Literally,
Yeah.
he had to be pulled out of school, and the doctors were like, "Yeah, so he's going through like a crazy growth spurt. He needs to be home." Like, he needs to be off his feet and in bed. Like, it was fucking wild. Cause like, look, I'll complain about my brother all day long, but like when it comes to like truly taking pain, he's still a man.
Yeah, I mean, I fucking slept through that shit. Let me tell you, it was over summer, and I did not. I slept maybe 23 of 24 hours of the day that summer.
Because like when you're sleeping, you're not in pain. Or, well, you are, but the brain is weird.
You also get very tired from growing.
Yes. But yeah, no, because like I remember, like, now to be fair, I was an asshole as a small child. But like I remember,
As
my
a
brother
small
was
child.
because he stayed home.
Implying that's changed.
It's like, why is he staying home and sleeping all day? Well, he's in pain. Well, why is he in pain? Because he's growing so much. And I was like, what is this bullshit? I'm gonna try this when I'm his age. And then I saw him grow, gain an inch and a half in a week, and I was like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, it was like, I'm gonna try that.
How
can I also stay home from school? I want to do that.
But yeah.
But yeah, no, really, genetics is fucking weird.
Yeah.
And how it hits people is weird.
Anyway, point being, 2D characters are 2D characters. They're fucking pictures. They're not real. VTubers straddle that line. I think it's very creepy if you write about fucking a VTuber.
I think a lot of it also does depend on some VTubers are way more of a character than you look at
Yes, yeah.
you look at
character
Doki or Juniper or even pretty much all at least the regular myth girls. I think the myth girls are just shit posting at this point. They're just them at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Callie's a little bit more censored than she used to be because now she's representing Universal Music, so it's like, yeah, I get that.
Yes, but my point is, Callie is not fundamentally altering herself in a way that you wouldn't around your grandparents.
Right, yes.
Or your boss.
Yeah. Effectively. Yeah, no, certainly. And I think there's a difference there because then you have people like Melody who literally went on Chatterbait and that's where she started. And yes, quite literally, you were paying to masturbate to her. And I think if the VTuber's doing that, it's like at that point, that's fine to write raunchy fanfics about them because,
that's different for a multitude of reasons. One of which being, I'm sure Melody's like, yeah, gimme.
Yeah, I want to read it too. Yeah,
I would genuinely be unsurprised if one of her streams on Chatterbait was like me reading you horny bastards dojins.
I mean, fucking Marine out here is like, why don't people make more rape dojins about me?
God fucking damn it, Marine.
No, she really said that. I was like,
no, I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
To be fair, chat responded very intelligently with, "It's really hard to rape the willing."
Chat's like, listen, this is automatically ruining this for me.
It's really hard to do a whole rape fantasy stuff if you're over here being like, yes, please do it.
It's like darkness, where it's just like,
no, please don't hurt me.
Please, no.
Yeah.
Whatever should I do?
Out here being fucking darkness IRL.
Oh, fuck you, darkness.
But
I hate you.
Yeah, this is great.
Point being, though,
no, okay. Listen, I can't stand Konosuba because it's every fucking terrible D&D game I've ever played. With fucks.
True.
And you
real.
fucks know exactly who you are.
Big. I'm Kazuma.
Look, if any person at the table does that, you cast Greater Enhanced Fireball.
No, I cast Greater Enhanced, get the goddamn fuck out of my house.
Yes. I cast Fist.
Testicular torsion.
I cast Red Foreman.
But anyway, as I was saying, so effectively, if they are themselves putting themselves out there for that, it's like at that point, it's like a porn star making porn videos of themselves. It's like, okay, well, you are setting that up, so.
Yeah, but I don't write porn about porn stars. That's fucking disgusting. They're real people, and I don't want that.
No, here's the thing.
Yes.
Okay,
but
if someone is a porn star, then there's I'm trying to think of how to phrase it, right? There's a certain level of comfortability with exposure that they are obviously therewith. Like,
Right,
True.
but that enters the third camp. That enters the weird third camp of creepy, right? So you have the creepiness about fantasizing about actions people have never taken. You have the creepiness of fantasizing about people who are technically real and effectively your neighbors. And then you have the third fantasy now, which is the awkward fantasy that only ever shows up in a porn story about a porn actress. Is
yeah,
porn characters don't really have a personality beyond whatever it takes to create the porn. So you're now taking a real person and you're inventing a personality for them because it's a story and you don't
Well,
have
okay.
images.
You can argue that porn actors and actresses are just that, actors and actresses, and it's
Right, but
it's no weirder than
No, it is weirder than writing about whatever the fuck Chris Pratt just played in the latest movie. Because those are characters and those are separate. The porn actors are not really separate from their characters. Again, porn is mostly just whatever it takes to get the porn to occur.
No, okay, I fully agree with you, but it is still, regardless of how minimal the majority of that acting is,
Right.
it is still technically acting.
Right. And my point is, though, is that there's not a character barrier there, really. It's like, oh yeah, they instead of going by Clarissa, their real name, in this movie they're going by Stacy. And in the porn you're writing, you use Stacy, but there's not really a character of Stacy.
Yeah.
And now you're inventing opinions for this character. Now you're inventing, you know,
Thoughts,
a character.
wants, needs, desires,
exactly. And it's a little bit weird because Stacy is just Clarissa and she's just using Stacy because it's a movie.
Yes.
So-
Obviously, you weird horny people should just write the fan fiction of, yes, you see, I'm writing the fan fiction about the porn author, and they're getting horny because I'm writing fan fiction about them, and thus I'm now making my own porn.
No.
Go full meta. Don't actually do that, you
No.
fucking weird ass people.
There's
I know
weirder
there's someone
people
out there who's gonna hear that and be like, "That's
Yeah.
a great idea." It's not. It's
Yep.
a joke.
Yep. Well,
It's
too
just
late.
an SI.
You've unleashed it upon the world.
You fool, what have you done?
I'm pretty sure it was already unleashed before me.
You opened the box.
Actually, yes, it was. That's what you call a friend insert.
That's again. That's another weird one. It's like, again, I can sort of understand a friend insert if you're like basically treating it like D&D, where you're like, "Hey, buddy, what would you do if you just woke up in DxD and like the first person you saw was like, I don't know, a werewolf." And then you just wrote down their reactions, and then generally just kind of like talk to them occasionally about like, "Oh, here's this event. What would you do?" That's one thing. But if it's just like, I'm just going to decide to write Max into a story, not inform Max at all about the story, and just wholesale guess what I feel Max would say and do in these scenarios, that's...
I know some people well enough that I could do that accurately.
Yeah,
But here's the thing.
it's not
even
about
if
doing
you
it
could-
accurately.
Even if you could guess it pretty well, not telling them is where it gets fucking weird to me.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a little bit
at
weird.
minimum,
Yeah.
tell them. And first of all, if I'm doing this, I want to make sure that I know that, like, maybe I could write a story about Max or Sneaky or Nose, but I've only known them for a couple years. But even then, I want to be sure that I'm going to get it right, because I don't
Atin,
like. Hello,
Atin,
hello.
you've known us for a decade.
No, I haven't. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Gamer, it has been a decade.
Bro, it's
I
been
know.
a decade.
I know. Shut up. Shut up.
Bro's old.
You,
Okay,
bro, you're
but,
getting old.
like, yeah, I know.
Bro is
But even
over
having
the age
right,
of
jokes aside,
18.
even having known them for a decade, like, they could easily still surprise me. And more importantly, if I'm saying, Sneaky, you've woken up in Vampire the Masquerade, except you haven't woken up, what you've actually done is you are now the voice in some poor fucking Malkavian's head.
That's unfortunate, because I was really hoping to start murdering people.
I'd probably just kill myself.
You might be able to. You're the voice in a Malkavian's head, Sneaky.
No, that's a fair point.
There's every possibility they're going to take the words you say and consider them a near divine revelation.
You should murder
That
them.
is-
I don't like
that
that
is a
person.
terrifying
Their hair
thought.
looks stupid. Shoot them.
Just give them
And
the.
it's no weirder than
Oh, Atin's been
Did he
deleted
die
once
out
more.
for anyone else?
Yeah.
He did.
Atin, you have
had
to
to go to
stop.
my garage and put. I've been throwing out the garbage, which means nose needs to go.
Huh?
Eh?
No, see, Atin,
Nani kore?
you have to kick him when you say that.
I'm physically not at the desk, so
Well, that
I
sounds-
I am actually throwing out. I was actually throwing out the actual literal trash.
All right, so when will you be leaving?
As soon as I finish my rant, it's dinner time. But yeah, no, like, listen, that's the kind of thing that would be funny. Whether or not anyone else would enjoy it, I don't know. I would probably
Yeah.
write like 3 chapters of that stupid fucking shit.
Yeah, I mean, and that's really what it is at the end of the day. I think the relationship is really what's going to determine how cringy it is. I especially feel in the VTuber section, writing a self-insert is the cringiest.
Yes.
Beyond anything else, writing a self-insert is the cringiest.
And listen, I don't even care if you're like, I just want to be friends and hang out with all the HoloLive crew. Man, it's still fucking cringe.
It's really weird. It's like if you went and wrote a story about how you found Markiplier and you hung out that day. Like, that's... I understand you watch a lot of Markiplier videos, you watch a lot of Fauna videos, and you feel like you know them. And it'd be like, oh yeah, it'd be cool to, like, you know, meet them one day. Yeah, certainly, everyone has those thoughts. It's one thing to have the thoughts. It's another thing to be like, I'm going to write a book
An entire story.
about me meeting them and us becoming total best friends. Like, now we have moved out of the fantasy realm of, oh man, wouldn't it be weird if I like ran into Gura at the airport? And we have moved into the delusional realm of, wouldn't it be weird if I met Gura at the airport and we became best friends and then started dating and she had to secretly keep it under wraps so she couldn't get it revealed to the stream? It's like
weird.
That feels like the next
That's like a
logical
4chan
step is.
schizo rant.
Yeah,
we
that's
have-
like something like that, and then it turns into, hey, maybe if I wore their skin,
yeah.
wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah,
What?
it's like we have moved from the realm of fantasy to the realm of delusion.
Author, we are approaching I want to wear their skin levels of warning.
Yeah. So anyway, speaking of delusional idiots, let's try and read something in this section. Oh god, there's a crossover section.
What?
There is.
Of course.
Oh, please tell me it's just like crossing over with other HoloLive shit. Oh, don't get any
No.
fucking weirder.
Oh, it's gonna get
No.
weirder. So anyway, we got
I've seen people. I've
what?
seen people post ideas of like
Uh,
Naruto and Follow Live.
What the fuck?
Oh, come on, let's go. Come on, head first into the shit, baby.
HoloLive, the bath trap. Once
I'm
upon
sorry,
a
what?
time, there,
What?
once upon a time, there is time to bath stinky fish. So how will Takane Louie convince her roommate Sakamata Chloe to take a shower?
Impossible. Chloe cannot shower.
With a water hose.
Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah, your best bet's to trick her outside and get out.
During the rain.
Listen, listen,
two
we're reaching
opinions.
listen. You're reaching levels of asking Asmongold to take a goddamn shower.
But it's still,
She dragged him out there with a fire hose.
you know, it's like, even this is a little bit like, it's really edging near the line for me. Of like, oh man, you know, they're roommates and like, they have to get, one of them has to get the other naked, so they have to take the shower because they're so stinky and smelly. It's like,
Yeah,
Author,
hey,
I
for
need
real.
you to
that-
stop
I'm like,
talking.
Listen,
I
you
need
may
you
have
to stop
intended this.
talking.
Yeah.
You may have intended this to be perfectly innocent, but just like the fucking weird, super friendly huggy guy who gets super flirty with every girl in the group, it's not cute. It's not innocent. You're definitely making it weird. Stop.
Yeah,
It reminds me of the
Odd.
fart guy.
yeah.
This should probably be 300 words, ending with her just tossing her in the tub, just fully clothed, anyways.
I mean,
Yeah.
that would be like a
Like, that's the quick
four-panel
solution.
omake. That's what this would be.
Exactly. That's it. That's all it should be.
Listen, you know what? I'll accept like 500 words if there's some Wile E. Coyote-esque plot.
That's
to
fair. Yeah,
force her
like some
into the
fucking
shower.
MacGyvering like scenario. Yeah.
Yeah. But the end result should still be the orca gets yeeted fully clothed into the tub.
Yeah.
Oh, no
I-
question.
I-
I'm just saying, I'll accept additional words if you make it like a Wile E. Coyote plot.
I am absolutely baffled by the fact they decided to start the story off by describing who Louie and Chloe are.
Motherfucker, if someone is reading your degenerate maybe porn, they
Like,
know what they're here
Do you
for.
know how obscure you have to get to end up in the HoloLive section of fanfiction.net and not know the characters of HoloLive?
Aren't we in the HoloLive? Are we literally not in the HoloLive crossover section?
No, we're in the HoloLive section.
Okay, I was about to say that's not a section you're stumbling into.
Yeah, this is
No,
not a section you
never
are
mind that.
stumbling into.
You have to stumble into the miscellaneous category first. No one touches that category.
Yeah, no one goes to the miscellaneous category. It's not even like, oh, I'm gonna go to the anime category and I'm gonna find a popular anime I haven't watched and I'm gonna read fan fiction for it because fucking psychopaths do that apparently. But like,
What's that weird dark place? That is the anime section. We must never go there, Simba.
why does it take up 70% of the site? There
You
has
don't
been
want to know the answer for that.
changes in culture.
Simba, I told you to stop asking questions, you fucking child.
Anyway, but yeah, like the author like starts up by describing who these characters are.
Okay, so just to be clear, you have a 300-word budget, and we've already used 100 words on describing people that everyone should already be familiar with.
Oh no. Oh no.
Should I know? Do I want to know?
So for a few seconds, Chloe, with wide open eyes, stared silently at the girl in a bikini until she looked directly at the camera. Sorry, parentheses, camera, question mark, / you, question mark, end parentheses.
Die. Die, 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 die,
why?
I
die.
fucking hate visual gags in a book.
Remember how I said this was good as a 4-panel? Apparently the author agreed, but didn't think ahead.
No, the author agreed it makes a great 4-panel, but decided to write it anyway.
I have to storyboard the 4-panel.
The way you handle that is with internal monologue and the character talking to themselves, not by quote-unquote turning to the camera.
History of
No.
Hollow Earth fragment memories. This contains all of my fanon about HoloLive.
I'm going to
109 chapters, 536,000 words.
Why the Emperor? Exterminatus!
One review, one follow, no favorites.
Well, they're
There
all
is-
just kind of killing each other down there. Might as well lay down the fire upon these heretics. Fine.
Okay, no, you know what? Listen, I had listen. Humanity restored, baby. One follow, one favorite, and I bet it was themselves.
They've written 6 books for HoloLive, which total up to another 150k words.
The HoloLive managers
Yeah.
are desperately searching for material. They're just over there grabbing each other on the shoulder. Write that down. Write that down.
Right. patrols the Hollow X base, she is faced with intruders that have made her their plaything.
That's weird.
creepy.
That's weird.
Read to find how it will unfold and how the intruders will pay. Oh, switch.
Do I have to?
Cyan, what the fuck does switch mean in a sexual context?
Oh, fuck.
They're either top or
Someone who
bottom.
goes top or bottom, or they're dumb or sub.
Right. Okay. So yeah, that's effectively the entire story. It's yeah.
I
This
see
is like
degeneracy of the highest order.
Right. Yeah, this is like what I'm
Not
talking
even
about, right?
remotely
Like
the highest.
it's one thing to be like, oh, I had a dream that Mume went into the forest and fought a goblin. It's like, all right. And then someone
goblin
else,
won. Mume died.
And then someone else comes up to you like, I had a dream that Mume went into the forest and got raped to death by a goblin, and now let me explicitly describe the scene. It's like,
Mume met a
no,
goblin. The goblin failed
maybe,
his leadership.
maybe
save.
keep
Maybe
that,
never speak again.
put it in a box, close the box, burn the box, bury yourself in a hole.
Have you considered destroying the box?
Jesus
But-
Christ, what the fuck?
This idea.
What'd you find now?
Well, first off, I found Mr. Numberman showing up here.
Who?
The
guy who posts numbers and reviews.
this fucking autistic weirdo who just went to random stories and would post a random number in someone's story, and he got a whole bunch of hate mail from people because he was effectively just harassing people by posting reviews with only numbers in them. And so he quit and left fanfiction.net.
And nothing of value was lost.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so he's the only review for that story, which is wild. And then we have another story. 22 chapters, 107,000 words. The Elysia Pavlovian War grows desperate. What? Huh? What?
What?
Huh?
Convicts
some
are
Hollow
pressed
War?
into service. These men, the undead armor, fight Elysium's toughest battles so they can die. However, Altair, Magni, Vesper, and Axel aren't keen on dying. Not when their chances for freedom are on the line. Huh? What? I mean, don't get me wrong. Infinitely better than everything else we've talked about so far, by the sheer fact that it's not a degenerate sexual fantasy or a fucking delusional Wikipedia website on what your opinion of HoloLive fanon is. So, better, but... Huh?
But why didn't you make your own story?
Yeah, you had invented a whole world, invented a war occurring in the world, invented how the war is being fought, and then you're like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to steal these characters from a section that's not popular. Let's be clear here. They have a whopping 11 favorites.
Oof.
And not a single
I'm not surprised. Like, I doubt, like, any section, be it, like, say, fucking Minecraft, HoloLive, just general YouTube contents, I doubt it's that popular beyond, like, a small niche.
Also, like, this is what I'm fucking baffled by, right? Here's this review right here. Like, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to the VTubers, and when it's like, these are, like, borderline actual people with, like, actual real opinions and stances and behaviors, and then you have stories that do shit, and then you have reviewers revealing what the story did so I don't have to read it. It looks like Kayla is not quite as bloodthirsty as the rank she holds would have you believe. She seems contemplative about her mass murder, not quite reveling in the bloodshed she causes, but examining what her leader would say if she was in her shoes.
What kind of position does she hold that she should be bloodthirsty?
Also, apparently, it's not just the boys. By chapter 22, the rest of fucking Hololive is apparently here. Also, what the fuck? It's nice that Sana got a role in this story. She might not have said a lot, but her words mean a lot to Kiara. Without Calliope anymore, Kiara was lost, but Sana reminded her that she needed to lead her people as the ferryman now. I know that Kiara can do this, but I doubt she'll be able to take up the rap mantle like Calliope once did. Huh?
What is... What? Hello? What did
No.
you mean by this?
Don't know, don't care. I think this author gave me brain cancer.
Yes.
What's Poseidon Point? Is that where Gura lives? I like this is again. This is what it's like. It's like, okay, you know, we're starting to get into a little bit of a weird territory here, where you've invented this whole world. It's completely AU. It's questionable if the characters even have the powers they have listed in their lore. And everyone's like doing things that are not in character to either their lore or to how they act on screen. It's like, these are people, though. I mean, it feels like the equivalent of fucking, like, someone going on a late-night comedy show and then inventing fan fiction about Trump and be like, yeah, today, did you guys hear Trump? He punted babies off of the New York Empire State Building.
So not that far-fetched then, huh?
Trying to ban Oreos.
Yeah, he lobbied Congress to ban Oreos today after he, you know, punched 32 orphans. And it's just like, huh?
Those orphans deserved it.
He drop kicked them in self-defense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just like, huh?
They were expecting him to get the Oreos.
And I approach this to the same degree as like people writing this really AU fan fiction about VTubers. It's like, if you're not going to include their lore, and you're not going to include their powers, and you're not even going to use their on-screen personality to dictate their characterization, then what
What's the
even
point?
is this? Like, you're literally not even writing fanfic. I've said this before in other sections, but like this is now real people with like real opinions about real things. Like, you're not even writing fan fiction at this point. You're just, again, you've entered the realm of delusions. Just like, and I can't even use the excuse of like, oh, well, you're in the Naruto section because people will click on it if it's Naruto. Motherfucker, you get like maybe 3 views a month if you post in the Hololive section. So it's like, you're not even doing it for popularity. You're just fucking deranged. Is this the guy AO3 posting on fanfiction? Yes, he's AO3 posting on fanfiction. Yes, he is horny on main.
He no longer wishes to hide his horniness. He only wishes to be happy.
This rated M, twincest, incest.
What the fuck?
Bao Bao Batsu. Mokokoko gets too cocky with Fuwawa after losing. Has to suffer a punishment that is sure to clean up her act. Rated M. What do you think happens?
Instant loss.
Oh. I'm not gonna say on stream.
Yeah, exactly. A fine line. Again, royalty AU. Why? Oh, it's because there's basically no story for me to write about. Yeah, that's kind of the point, buddy. Because these are kind of real people. They don't exist in a fucking storybook. Royalty AU. Amelia Watson, not a royal last name. Every conversation with her new employers is a careful balancing act to avoid the wrong word or gesture. Also, she wouldn't have a last name unless her father was Watt. And then she wouldn't be Watt's son. I actually, as far as I'm aware, when it comes to medieval naming schemes, daughters didn't get last names.
In Norse they did, and it's daughter, DOTDR.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. And then they would adopt the husband's name, right?
In medieval times in Europe, yeah, they just adopted the husband's name.
Yeah. So anyway, point being though is quite literal because I know in Norse at least it was, if your dad was named Haldir, you would be
Halder's son or Halder's daughter.
you'd be Halderson, yeah.
Depending on whether you were the son or the daughter.
Yeah. So I don't know really how the rest of Europe really handled it, but Watson wouldn't be used if she's a fucking peasant being hired on as a maid.
Peasants didn't have family names. Well, I take that back. They did if they were tradesmen, like a mason from a family of masons would be family name Mason.
Well, that was actually a later adoption. No, that was actually during the birth of the middle class, exiting the medieval period. When people started to have more stable incomes, they didn't have last names beyond family name of my father's son. So Smiths became Smith, Masons became Masons, Potters became Potters, etc., etc. Shoemakers became Shoemakers.
But there were the few before that who, if they got enough money and became basically the merchant class.
Yeah, landed,
yes.
Yeah.
Then yes, they gave themselves names usually based on what they did.
Yeah.
Tailors became tailors, etc.
Yeah. So yeah, Watson is a modern invective. Every conversation with her new employers is a careful balancing act. To Ina-nis and Gura Ninome. Okay, because so Gura and Ina are married in this royalty AU.
So dumb.
Their detective requires careful handling and is to be protected. They also were mutually attracted to Amelia and wanted to fuck her. 11 chapters, 100,000 words.
Way too much time.
Yeah, really, it is just way too much fucking time. Like, okay, here's a more wholesome one. Dreathnoth, okay, we made fun of him earlier for the smelly orca. Compared to the rest of this fucking section, he's at least keeping it PG. My shark roommate can't be this lazy. An alternative universe/story road for the Hololive girls to take. What adventures await them in a setting that looks like a few decades back in time? Watson will be the main character with Gura as her roommate.
So boring.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I'm really confused about the Hololive section in general, because it's just like, you basically have to invent a world. Like, HoloLive hasn't invented a world yet, so you have to invent a world, and you have to invent all the characters in the world, and then you have to invent problems in this world for the HoloLive characters to solve. So effectively, it just turns into a fucking isekai. To, not. And then, once you do all that, it's like, okay, well, what separates your story from being anything else besides like the million of other generic isekai like stories? Nothing. I use HoloLive characters as the main character. It's like, all right, okay. So it's not a lot of popularity already. It's already a massive amount of work you have to input into it, and then the other type of story you could even possibly write is just gonna be fucking porn, right? And I guess the third type is gonna be a small subsection of just they woke up today and they are roommates and a funny thing happened and they were like, oh, roommates, chapter end.
My story is Gura died and was isekai to Konosuba, and that's the story.
She replaces Aqua.
Yes.
Infinitely improves Konosuba.
Unironically, yes.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, it's just like, we got Elias Pedro over here fucking writing like a literal MCU verse, multi fucking HoloLive character drifting, multiple stories all taking place on the same war-torn world with all of these characters doing things in it. Again, just Flambe Auto, man, this dude is like fucking obsessed with Mokuko. Mokuko's training. After getting made fun of on Twitter by the ruffians, Mokuko tries to grow her breasts to prove Fuwawa and the ruffians wrong. It's a 1,000-word M-rated story.
It's 1,000 words of get a goddamn restraining order.
I wonder what possibly could happen in these 1,000 words. Yeah. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, man. I feel like the HoloLive section is a really stupid idea to go to. Okay, so for the crossover section, we have Dungeons and Dragons as the most popular. Fair. Kingdom Hearts.
No.
Fair. Pokemon. Bleach. Of fucking course, Ruby is here. DC superheroes. I mean, yeah, they got quite the power set, so that's fair. Digimon, anime X-overs, Fate Stay Night. That would be something.
Oh no!
Summon
Why did I
only-
return to the most cursed phrase I've ever heard?
the HoloLive Grail War.
They became so popular as a VTuber that the Holy Grail allowed them to be summoned.
Honestly, I think no. I'd like to see the Greater Grail War, a la Apocrypha, and the
Yeah.
ruler is Yagu.
It's Yagu. Instead of red and black team, it's fucking Niji versus HoloLive.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Oh, no.
Okay, now here's the thing. I
Oh,
want
no.
Ruler Bay just for Chaos Rat.
Well, no, clearly
'Cause
the
let's be
ruler
honest.
needs to be Melody.
Ah, yes.
You know,
You can get extra command seals if you masturbate on street. What?
What's going on in there?
That was
Like-
actually the funniest fucking clip. Did you see the clip where they had
Oh,
to...
where someone had to tell Henya about Melody's other job and why she was tired.
Yes.
He's exercising Henya.
Oh.
Yeah. Melody showed up late to a collab, and Henya's like, why is she late? And they were trying
She
to,
arrives-
in a very PG manner, to explain why Melody might possibly be late and why she's
and
so exhausted.
severely out of breath.
Yeah.
That was kind of just a glorious train wreck in progress. Like, oh my fucking god, you.
To be fair, that's VG Shoujo in a nutshell.
That is V Shoujo in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Why was this person late to the collab? They were masturbating for 6 hours. Alright. Okay.
Okay then.
6.
And now we know why those people aren't in Hololive anymore. They ruined Yago's dream.
They were never in Hololive.
I was joking. My
None
bad.
of them were.
It's not a good joke
John
then.
was,
Yeah.
Cool.
but she was not really a lewd tuber. She did very crass jokes and stuff.
Melody? Yes.
No, Kason.
Oh,
Kason
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
Coco.
No. She was
Yeah.
never a YouTuber. Yeah, no.
Like, she was
someone's
crass.
going through
That
was
this,
kind
of it.
so-
She made a lot of sex jokes. She sold a butt plug. But
What?
don't worry about
She
it.
turned her tail into a butt
Source?
So basically, in the original 3D model for Coco, because she was one of the first people that got it, their technology for the skeleton wasn't quite up to par. So where the tail was coming out of was not her spine.
Ah.
So
her ass.
everyone joked that it was a detachable tail.
Makes sense.
And then, of course, he ran with it.
Coco, of course, ran with this joke and decided to make a emote being her tail with a butt plug end. And then she approached a company for merchandise of it.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
no.
great.
Ooh.
And they returned to her with a full rubber version of it. And she said, I'll be keeping the prototype, but I need one that's just a plushie, not actually a butt plug. But yeah, so yeah, that's that lore. And she now, as Kason, regularly makes out with a porn actress on stream.
Didn't they send her like 2 or 3 different versions of the butt plug?
Yes. One had metal.
Also, I'm sorry, she's doing what now on stream?
She made out with a porn actress, a Japanese porn actress.
Multiple, like, hang on.
Multiple
Did
times.
they do this once to raise money, or is Kason just in a relationship now?
She was just hanging out, and they were like, "What if we kissed?" And then they did.
Which, no, you know what? I don't want to know.
What, you don't want to do a research sign?
I don't
was
know
wondering
which
if
stream.
you
I'm pretty
would
sure you could
noticed.
just Google it. You know. Anyway, Hollow Ruby AU.
Oh no, that's cursed.
Ruby the gang is Hololivers?
Hollow Ruby AU. My take on Volume 9. Ruby and John did not end up in the Ever After, but instead
no.
ended up in Hollow World.
No.
Featuring Ruby, John, Sora, and Iris. Oh no.
Wait,
fe-
Sora.
I fear for their virginity. Iris
Oh,
is
yeah.
here.
It's not the Sora you're thinking of.
Fucking Yabirus. I'm not even gonna click on that. I'm gonna be real with you.
Understandable.
Make way for the Queen. Ah, Milky Queen. Yes, this was inevitable. Being that, you know, she's a friend of Callie. Milky Queen is one of the 3 VTuber rice idols.
I'm sorry?
What?
Mm,
That's
moderate
I don't know
roast
how to
is-
take that.
Huh?
You said rice idols?
Rice idols.
Yes.
From the idol group My Princess. Known for her musical talent and love of Wario and Shrek. She has made a lot of friends during her VTubing career, even with a certain Reaper. No, not even with. And they were friends before that. Milky Queen is one of the reasons why Callie's even in Japan. But how did it all come to be? The tale you are about to hear is about a parallel universe weaved out of memes and AMVs. Anyway, that is... My detective life is corrupted. It appears I'm in world resulting from affair between Ruby Sherlock Holmes. I am also stuck dealing with blonde time-traveling gremlin.
I hate you, author. I hate everything you've ever written.
Hollow EN was tired of EN curse. However, Yagoo knew from experience things will not be that simple. Huh?
What?
What are you on about, author?
Okay, so there was a fan meme about the EN curse being like an actual demon that curses all of Hollow EN whenever they try to do collabs because something always fucks up. And then someone made a comic about them like tag teaming it to finally defeat the EN curse, but they actually couldn't because they all spoke English, and then no one who spoke English could truly defeat the EN curse.
Nice.
But it's a sentence, author. You have no verb. I mean, tired, I guess, is a verb, but okay. Okay. This one's for nose. Kingdom Hearts Hollow Tale.
No.
After finally stopping Xena on Hananort and saving his friends, costing himself, Sora finds himself in different reality than his own reality. An unknown reality, unable to reach his own reality. Satisfied with the outcome
Could it be an
of...
unknown reality where your fucking shitty story doesn't exist, author?
Satisfied with the
Yes.
outcome of the previous adventure where he defeated Xenohort and saved his friends, he decided to rest for now, but little did he know he was going to find a new adventure.
Xehanort?
No, Xenonort.
No, Xanders.
Xenhanort.
No, obviously it's Flanders.
Yeah, that's definitely what's happening.
Berg.
Handsome.
Oh, God.
Nose, are you still here? I assume someone has made bad art of Flanders as Xehanort, and if they haven't, go to Midjourney and make it so.
No.
Yes.
All right, we need some
No.
palate cleansers before we close out the
I
night.
command thee.
No.
What the actual
Not doing
fuck?
it.
Naruto pre-Shippuden Season 1 Niddaime Hokage no Kakarata no Kakunu Magu Musume by Uzumaki Surian.
I think I understood that. Oh my god, am I having a stroke or is Sneaky making sense? Finally.
I don't know why. Well, I went looking at it for that. I found Ned Flanders in Space Marine armor.
Nice. Raika
You know what?
Miran.
Let's see it.
Raika Miran is granddaughter of Tobrima Senju Nindaim Hokage.
What the fuck? Jesus, that doesn't look like Ned Flanders. It looks like Walter White with hair.
He's the one who knocks.
Diddly-doo.
However, this fact is only known to 3 former student of Man and Konoha last remaining loyal Sannin. Raika born really late in her parent lives, but much loved by them. Full summary inside. OC times Obito, because it's female author time, boys!
Of course it is. What
By
time
the
is it?
Emperor.
3 o'clock.
This just ended up as a Harry Potter character.
Hold on, let me try and do the voice.
You don't have to do the voice.
Do the voice.
Gonna do the voice.
It's female author time, boys! Yowie ball! That's
I
right.
cast cease.
I cast sending. It's a cease and desist order.
I'm about to get a cease and desist from Nose.
What in the fuck?
I told you it ended up looking like a Harry Potter character.
Oh!
Oh, good lord.
Yes.
He doesn't even have the yellow eyes.
You know what? If you told
Oh,
me
God.
that this was a Harry Potter character, I'd believe you.
Yeah, it's a decent Harry
It's
Potter
totally
character,
Harry.
honestly. Yeah.
That it looks like
With a scar.
it looks like an actually competent defense against the dark arts professor.
No, you know what it looks like?
So it's something
Now,
that's
children!
impossible.
The dark arts can't get you if you pray to Lord Jesus.
No, you know what it really looks like?
The defense against the dark arts teacher is a devout Christian, because it's the only way he's going to continue working at Hogwarts. Is the Lord's mercy.
It's not Harry Potter. It's Ned Flanders, but he's involved in the supernatural world of Harry Dresden.
Yes, this makes sense.
Ah, diddly doodly.
Don't give a diddly doodly damn.
Shoots werewolf with shotgun. It starts burning them. They're screaming in pain. I bless that rock salt myself. Anyway, so back to Naruto. Love You Hate Me by Deidara's Sugar Girl number 24.
What in the shit fuck did you just say to me?
After 13 years, I am finally back writing Naruto fanfiction. This is
You
a
couldn't have
rewrite.
stayed away?
This is a rewrite of Deidara's Sugar Girl's story. It's a love-hate relationship. If you were a fan of the story back then, I hope you will come and give my rewrite a shot. However, I am the original author, if that wasn't clear. Summary. Konoha High Academy, AU No Chakra, College AU.
These words are cursed.
Sakura
God is
times Deidara.
Incredibly cursed.
Yes. I wonder, how far did they get with the original? Oh. They deleted everything. Understandable. Have a nice day.
If I wrote something like that, I'd be ashamed too.
For whom the bell tolls! Sasuke could feel his heart lurch out of his chest at the sight of him. Female author.
Can we just stop at
No,
that?
man. Yes.
There's still half an hour of the stream, sadly.
Indeed.
Sneaky needs
The
to make us all
resemblance
suffer.
was uncanny and painful, and Naruto Uzumaki was not the boy he loved and liked to fuck in the ass so much and lost so tragically, but he looked exactly like the boy he loved and loved to fuck in the ass so much and lost so tragically, and he can't stand it, but he can't ignore it either, and he's gonna fuck Naruto in the ass.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's for
I have
drink.
to ask, just out of genuine, just concern. Is that actually what the author wrote, or is that just you exaggerating?
No, just remove the parts where I said "in the ass."
Okay, because I doubt I can actually see an author writing that. That's the sad thing.
I was just being honest. I was just reading the summary honestly. Because man, women have some really weird ideas how dicks work.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You don't say.
Words that have been said.
Anyway, episodes from Konoha and other places. Hormone-filled ninjas have lots of sex. This is a large story with lots of sex chapters with sex. Extra sex.
They take
Okay.
it out of science work?
I guess.
Girls say the same thing about men.
No.
See, the difference there is they say the same thing, but in reality, pretty much everything men write, they do.
Men tend to write from experience, women tend to write from imagination.
Like, I was legitimately asked in college by someone, in real life. Like, this was not online. This was in real life. I was legitimately asked by a female that if guys touch their dicks together when they're gay. And I just looked at her and I was like, why would we do that?
Well,
You
that was
should
something
know
I
that.
didn't need to hear.
I mean, I guess she just assumed I was gay because I wasn't actively pursuing everything with 2 legs and a vagina.
I mean, look, there are plenty of things that they don't know, and I'm like, how do you not know? Like, I literally had one of them ask me, "Hey, do all guys have an erection in the morning?" I'm like, "No."
No. Also,
It
it's
depends
like,
on the
"Oh, well,
age.
why does my boyfriend have one every morning?" I'm like, "Probably because the dumbass is drinking too much at night."
well, not only
Or
that,
because she's
um,
here.
it's not just that. It's a very prevalent thing when you're very young. Teenage years, early 20s.
Yeah, but this was college.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He's in
Teenage
college
years,
and his
early
girlfriend is
20s.
there.
Yeah, also, why does
One
my
plus one.
boyfriend have an erection every morning? We wake up in the bed together.
Yeah, right?
I think you just answered your own fucking question, but hey ho, women.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but again, it could just be because he's having like
Yeah.
some water before going to bed as well. Like it's a biological reaction to prevent certain things as well.
Yeah, he just got to piss.
Bro has to use the restroom.
Like life tip for people who haven't figured this out yet, if you're male, don't drink anything an hour before you go to bed.
No,
Yeah.
no.
No.
If you ever want to wake up, guaranteed within 6 hours, drink a massive amount of water before you go to bed. Because boy, oh boy, will your body make sure you wake up soon.
Yeah.
Getting up at
Oh, you can do it in 6 hours,
4.
huh? You make it to 6. I
My
only get
bladder
4.
is made of steel.
I will be up every other hour if I do that. I've got to cut off a day, cut off time at 4 hours before bed.
You might
Listen.
want to get your prostate checked there, buddy.
Well,
You're getting
A,
old.
Gamer, I
yes,
think
but
you have
B,
a problem with your prostate.
B, the other thing that I was gonna say, listen, I'm in the roughly the same camp as Sneaky, where like, listen, I will wake up, and then it will be the most awkward shuffle.
It is not an awkward shuffle. It is, I'm going to roll out of bed and crawl my way to the bathroom if I need to, because I currently have the fucking Hindenburg in my bladder.
Oh god, if I move, it's gonna break
That
and
is-
kill me.
That sounds very unhealthy.
Well, I mean, what am I gonna fucking do about it? I go to sleep, my bladder's empty. I piss before I go to bed. I go to sleep, my bladder's fucking empty.
No, Oh, I know, but like the fact that your body doesn't wake you up before the point it becomes physical pain is a little bit worrying to me.
Well, I mean, as
You
long as
can
it doesn't
sleep through
become
physical
kidney pain. Also, I sleep like the fucking dead, dude. I sleep like the fuck. Someone tried to wake me up one time by slapping me, and I don't even remember it, but according to them, I just cold clocked them across the head and dropped them on the ground. and
By the way,
went
I want to
back
take a moment.
sleep.
That
Yeah,
sounds about right for you.
That sounds like a reflex for you.
But anyway, Atin, what were you saying?
Speaking of sleeping like the dead,
Yes.
my sibling attempted to tell people that I was a deep sleeper, which is not true. Nose,
Mm-hmm.
you shared an apartment with me. How lightly did I sleep?
How do I put this? He punched me in the face because I was snoring too loud after an hour.
No, to be fair, that was an active action.
That was very active, and I could tell it was active because he was pissed at me. He's like, wake the fuck up. I'm like, what? Huh? He's like, you're snoring. I'm like, no, I'm not. And then he plays a fucking recording. Because he thought I wouldn't believe it.
Oh. Oh boy.
No, I was
Dude,
like,
I was shocked. I'm like, I snore this loud?
yes.
Like, you have...
Yeah.
It was surreal.
Some people, like my brother, was a bad snorer. There's been a few times he's woken himself up to
Listen,
his own
I
snoring.
had
That's funny as fuck.
that's hilarious. But B, I had to actively. I was like, listen, Nose, either you get help, or you're gonna be smothered with a pillow, man.
Yeah, my dad tried to wake me up back when I was a teenager by rolling me out of the bed by tipping my mattress, and I rolled out of the bed and then kept on sleeping. And he just looked at me and was like, "Yeah, I just kind of gave up at that point because."
That's when you throw water on somebody.
I was just like, kid wants to sleep, fine, let him
It's
sleep.
like, I was at least sure at this point that you weren't dead, so I said, "Fuck it."
No, my parents threatened and had carried out the bucket of water threat more than once.
Yeah, well, thankfully, they did not do that to me. So,
Again, I never had an issue like that. The closest I got to having an issue was the time that I was camping. When we were sleeping on a downhill slope.
ooh. And you
Now,
rolled?
no, actually, it was worse.
Oh.
I somehow was so asleep that I slid down to the bottom of the tent. Now, the problem was, for some reason, when this happened, my body curled up. I woke up very confused and unable to move.
Instinctive protective curl.
Josh, I can't move.
Oh god, that's funny. But no, I possibly the funniest sleep story ever was I woke up from, I think it was like a nightmare or something one night when I was a teenager, and so I jolted like backwards, right? So yeah, like I'm sleeping, I wake up from the nightmare, I jolt backwards, but my head's right next to the headboard, so I bash my head into the headboard. I'm like, ow! And reflexively get up, but that bashes my head into the overhang on the headboard, so now the front of my head hurts. I'm like, ow! So I'm leaning now from this, which makes me tilt out of the bed, because actually I was on the edge of the bed. And I bash my head on my metal nightstand falling out of bed. I go, ow! And I face plant into the floor, and I try to get up from the floor, and actually I fell halfway underneath my bed, so that I bash my head on the fucking frame of the bed, and I go, ah!
So you became a slapstick character?
And at that point, I just lied on the ground. Yeah, I just laid there on the ground, and that's how my dad found me when he was gonna wake me up for school. And he's like, "Why are you on the ground?" And I was like, "That's because I just bashed my head 5 times in a row." He's like, "All right, well, you have to go to school still."
And if it's not a concussion, get changed. Get in the car.
Effectively.
Did you have a concussion? No. Too bad. You're going to school.
Do you have a concussion? No. Do you want one? No. Then you're going to school.
Tsunade bets that she'll fuck Naruto if she loses. She loses.
Sounds fun.
Naruto is 13.
Jesus Christ. The amount of horny posting for stuff.
That's your typical Naruto poster, yes.
Yep. The Chronicles
Listen, I don't
of
have
Konoha.
to like it.
Yes. The Chronicles of Konoha Preparatory Academy. That's right. This is a AU student council.
No chakra.
No chakra. They are the clan leaders are part of the student council of high school. They are home to the wealthiest teens in the country. It's a story filled with tragedy, mystery, secrets, trauma, passion, and murder. A Hinata times Naruto story.
Motherfucker, you could have written an original story, and instead you chose Naruto.
Yes.
Yes,
Ninja
and-
Mentor Pathways to Power. Yusei Mukai traveled to world of Naruto, becoming teacher of Ninja Academy. He awakened Teacher Gamer System, which allows him to become stronger by teaching people. For the first time, completing a teaching evaluation rated as A, you are rewarded with mastery of fire attribute and chakra nature transformation. I update 3 times a week with 800-word chapters.
That's all.
Yes.
I mean,
Gamer system, cringe.
Cringe.
I honestly, at this point, gamer systems are so just... They're just bad.
Yes, and?
Hey, speaking of gamer systems and being dog shit, how's your cock doing?
Yes.
huh?
What did he mean by this, chat?
Science Catalog of Companions knockoff, aka Science Cock.
Oh.
Yeah, so
God's sake.
basically, he got pissed with Waifu Catalog becoming really obnoxious because the author tried to retroactively power balance his point choices because people were just selecting certain waifus to speedrun point collections so they could buy all of the things instead of treating it like a prompt where you pick things and then you play it. And so he tried to fix that, air quotes, and then he made it more complicated, 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 and then he made it more complicated. And then he had a horde of raving fans who believed everything he said was gospel, and they fought the horde of raving fans who followed the company way. The company is an add-on to the waifu catalog that someone else invented because they wanted to write a story about what caused the waifu catalog to happen in the first place. And so we had 2 hordes of really retarded people fighting each other to see who was, like, I don't know, most retarded or something. And so Sign got angry with that and decided to write something that was waifu catalog, but way, way, way fucking simpler and just a writing prompt.
Well, I'm not necessarily got angry at it so much as I fell into the
Bro,
trap
you
of...
spent 4 hours ranting about it.
Yes.
You cannot say, yeah, bro, I was chill. I was chill. Didn't even affect me.
Oh no! I'm saying it was hubris by going, I can do it better. Here you go.
I mean, it's not really hard.
N-
Your cock was
no?
quite flaccid.
Do you have to keep calling it that?
Actually, yes. All right. Read the second post I put up there below the actual challenge. That's where all the cock jokes are.
Yes. Because, we didn't have enough material to joke about Sign's cock. Anyway.
I got 3 chapters of Wandering Prince.
I know, and I really like that story.
People.
Is there anyone else posted anything for it?
Doing,
oh, you got some people?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I know Otako is doing one, he just hasn't posted it. I think Shinlamp is doing one, I think Infant is doing one, and somebody on the public server is doing one,
Okay.
but nobody's actually posted it yet.
Yeah, let me rephrase my question. Will we see any of them?
That's a good question. I'm not certain yet.
Speaking of which, are people commissioning you for Zuko, or are you just writing that in your free time when you should be writing more commissions?
I wrote that past tense in my free time when I should have been writing more commissions.
Oh, okay, just so
Now
we're
what I'm
clear
doing
here.
is
Yeah.
writing the commissions in my free time when I should be writing commissions.
We wouldn't want to abandon your now born commissions. You wouldn't want it to be an abandoning mother.
God damn it. Shut up.
A mother of 5.
Oh, fuck off.
That went out for milk.
Yeah.
Never returned.
He went out for milk, but actually decided to adopt a couple more.
Okay,
And
well,
adopt another more. And adopt a couple more.
And abandon some more.
I've worked through like
adopt some more.
15
Yeah.
chapters worth of backlog for other stuff that was also commissioned, and now I'm getting around
Uh-huh.
to the other stuff.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, and fuck off. I'm working on it.
Sure you are.
I'm literally working on it.
Man,
Exit out.
It was before the stream.
Wow, oof, I'm gonna send that to Max, and we're gonna keep going on the stream.
Oh no.
What? Oh, now I'm curious.
You really shouldn't be.
I am.
You really shouldn't be.
How did...
Read the name.
Did anyone check his credentials?
No, of course not.
At least post in the Discord. If
You've
it's
already
that
seen
great.
it, Sign. And no, we have to
is?
keep it PG here. Or as PG as possible.
Implying
indeed. A
am
bee
a
told me a
PG-13.
story. This is the bee story taking place in the Naruto world, told from the perspective of a bee, Toshino Aburame.
Aburame?
Aburame.
wait, did you just say it's
A bee, yes.
It's a bee story.
To the bug guy.
Yes. Naruto Tales of Ninja Magician alternative world story where other things happen in Ninja World that make different history with different people, different
Okay,
heroes and different
I'm sorry.
villains.
So I'm tried again. This time I tried with
Yeah.
Dolly.
Yeah.
For some reason, it gave me Ozpin.
Okay,
Yes.
post.
post it? Lamau?
That's literally just Ozpin. Yeah, that's straight shit, just Ozpin.
It's for some reason Peter Parker became Professor Ozpin.
Yeah.
You know,
That is
They swapped, apparently.
I think things would have gone a little bit better if Osmond had Peter's, moral
Moral
fiber.
compass.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm actually going to keep this one.
Yeah,
I should in
keep it.
fact. Oh, damn it! Damn it! One of the fingers is so messed up. Otherwise, I think I could absolutely go to like a Ruby subreddit and be like, guys, Spider-Man is.
You know what? I
No,
got good
no,
news.
no, no. Keep
That-
post
that
it anyway. No one will notice.
No, hang on. That one finger that's messed up, just get into a basic image editing software, color match that tunic right behind that finger, because that finger does not extend into the grain.
True.
Only on the
You're
black.
right.
carpet
I don't
grade.
have that kind of skill, Max.
It's
I am
easy.
utterly inept.
You have 10 minutes in Google.
Yeah, literally, it's so easy.
Fine. I'll take care of it later, and I'll let you guys know what the results are.
Anyway, Gamer
How many
of the
idiots can I trick?
Desert. Reincarnation into Naruto world with power of gamer. I'm in. Wait, you got to choose, and you went to the Naruto world?
Bro,
Well, it depends on what his choices were.
I
If your
cannot.
choices between Naruto and Worm
I
or
would,
Bleach,
I would pick literally
bro, I would still
either
take
of
Bleach.
them. Yeah.
no.
Bleach is probably what the save it. You could literally just leave Karakura.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Bleach would be so safe because you just need to not be near Karakura. Like,
Yeah, it's
You
so
can be
easy.
yeeted to death just by being in proximity of somebody strong enough.
Then just fucking
And
leave.
that
but
happens
everything
in
is different.
Naruto and Worm too.
yeah. Also,
I'm just
here's the
standing
thing.
near them.
At least in Bleach, it's all centered in Karakura, like exclusively.
Yeah.
Well, no, not all of it.
Maybe
That's just
maybe
what the story said.
maybe extend it to all of Japan. Cool. Just don't end up in Japan.
Yeah, that's where the story is
can put it
centered. So
in
just don't
from-
be in the main radius of the story, and you
Well-
basically will never meet a single competent person outside it.
Didn't they do a thing that's
In
supposed to be a
Britain.
continuation of Bleach over in Britain? Yeah,
Yes.
just move to Britain. Problem solved.
It's like I would go anywhere near.
Like,
Britain,
well,
you know,
yeah, I'm gonna go willingly be in Britain. Like, bruh, come on, really?
Yeah, that's airship
Allow me to go to Britain, he said.
But anyway, Gamer of the Desert. Yeah, I willingly chose to be a gamer in the Naruto world. That's. I mean,
Again, better than
Ill-advised.
Worm.
I know it's still worse than Worm. Like look, in Worm again. Yeah, you have the whole fucking like apocalypse scion thing, but you're a gamer. Your powers are literally magic.
Cheating bullshit magic at that.
Yeah, and the shards have nothing on you.
Yeah, eventually you could either get powerful enough to kill them or just leave. But until then, you're still vulnerable. You can still die to a bullet. Until you can't.
Oh, right, because the ninja moving 120 miles an hour is so much safer to fight.
If you are also a ninja moving 120 miles an hour, which is kind of the presumption in the ninja world, if you're also a gamer, you've got gamer shit on top of that.
Okay, but that's assuming that you make it to a Jonin.
Why would I not stick to a world that works similarly to my own then and use that to make hella money and retire early?
True, real,
Because then
big.
plot wouldn't happen.
Why would
I
you?
don't care about
Who the
plot.
fuck cares about plot?
Listen, if I'm writing a story for wish fulfillment, it's gonna be an early retirement doing whatever the fuck I want.
I'm gonna own
That's
property.
terrible.
I'm gonna own property. I'm not gonna have to work to the age of 40.
I'm not gonna be in any
No
massive
taxes.
student loan debt.
I'm gonna figure out how to not pay taxes.
The baby is actually mine.
That's
That's terrible. Ooh.
that's
I
a
think
you
he may
problem.
have just revealed that he revealed a little too much about himself.
Yeah, that was a little bit too real.
No, no, I don't have that problem.
There's no
Oh.
backpedaling from this one. It's canon now.
Look, you're among mostly non-judgmental people for things like this.
I'm definitely heavily
No,
judging him.
really, I don't have that problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see, he fed every
Unfortunately.
pregnant lady to the gators.
Don't go telling them that.
It's just how it
was the
goes.
hogs.
You know, it's just the way of Georgia. It's you have sex with a lady and then you feed her to the hogs.
No, in Georgia, you have sex to the gator and then feed her to the fuck.
Excuse
Have
you?
sex-
I see. Update the
Wait,
canon,
what?
gentlemen. Update the canon.
What the
Somebody
fuck?
fucking clip that.
Louisiana.
Somebody fucking clip that.
Where's our Brazilian?
I'll
God
do it
damn.
myself.
Sign out here being like, first you have sex with a gator down in Georgia.
Hey, that's in Georgia, not Louisiana, thankfully.
and then you bash a woman's skull in and feed her to the hogs. What does this have anything to do with having sex with a gator? Unrelated. But I do
What
What
both.
did he mean by this?
Don't worry about it.
Truly the ways of Louisiana are strange.
Gamer and worm. Okay, it's now time to Contessa.
Shalom.
Except no, not really, because they can't see that.
Yeah,
They
actually,
literally cannot see magic.
the gamer would quite literally be a blind spot simply because how Contessa's shard works is it
Like,
collects
by
info.
default.
Yeah, it collects info from everything else, and then uses mapping effectively to predict the most likely responses based on hormonal rates and all of the other factors with people. Specifically, it only simulates the people involved in the steps. So if it's like, steps to assassinate the president, it would only simulate everyone involved in the steps to assassinate the president. It wouldn't simulate the Prime Minister of India and his reaction.
The problem with that is, with a gamer, it can't simulate, magic.
Or
It can't
your
simulate something
reaction.
it doesn't understand, or your reactions to it, or anyone else's reactions to it, because it can't simulate what it's going to do. Yeah.
And until
Like,
and
you wouldn't
honestly,
even need to do
until
anything
you're big
special.
enough, it wouldn't even make a ripple yet. Like, once you get big enough to be like, oh, I'm gonna go fight an Endbringer, or I'm gonna go fight like the entire E88 and kick them out of Brockton. That's when she would probably notice you. But before that, you would quite literally be an uncalculated variable that would just get skipped over during the calculation.
And then when they do notice, it's a case of, well, I can't fucking predict it. Oh, God, somebody clipped it. Damn it!
You're welcome. I did it myself.
Thank you.
And now, gentlemen, I must bid you adieu.
If only I knew what I was signing up for to be the gamer in the Naruto world. I still would have said yes, though. If only I knew what I was signing up for. So what, you have said no? No, I still would have said
Exactly
yes.
what you were signing up for.
How is she calculating a 2000s future in 1980? Because the steps are ever evolving. You have to keep in mind that every single time a person triggers, it has to regenerate whatever her path is. Because she can't path triggers, and she can't path Endbringers. So every single time an Endbringer attack occurs, and someone dies, or gets injured, or a city gets disappeared, or Eidolon does something, or someone triggers and gains a new power, that requires a regeneration of the path. So she's not calculating the 2000s in 1980. She's estimating what the 2000s would be like in 1980, but by the time she actually got to the 2000s, she would be calculating the 2000s in the 2000s.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Effectively. And they even went out of their way to try and set up situations that would likely cause trigger events, because Contessa couldn't even make paths to causing trigger events, because that was an artificial limitation placed on her by Eden.
And yet, every motherfucker thinks Contessa is responsible for Taylor triggering.
Who? I have literally never heard of that before until now.
I've never heard that either.
That is almost everyone I've heard in comment sections in the fandom.
Okay, well, you have to keep in mind, like, 90% of the fandom only understands Contessa as the meme I win girl, I have a plan for everything, everything was a Contessa plot. So when they say, oh, Taylor triggering was a Contessa plot, what they mean is I never read Worm. I only read the comment sections of fan fictions to explain to me why this character is doing what they're doing. And so now my understanding of the character is that they're a super trollish, multi-dimensional wizard who just body swaps people because it's funny.
Ah, Zelchik.
Yes. I have been texted by my father. He has sent me a random picture. I don't know if he wants me to kill these people or...
Why is that what you jump to?
Well, I don't know. When your family member just sends you a random picture of people that no one in there is related to you? Like, it's not even like, oh, it's my dad and a group of people. It's just a completely random group of people that have no relevance to me at all. What am I supposed to think?
They're people he's hanging out with.
But he's not in the picture.
He's taking the picture.
No.
No?
No. What the hell? Who is that? What? Let me fucking zoom in. They all look like fucking weirdos. Let's see. Gravity. Kakeshi's life was complicated enough.
I hate you.
He was an Omega who was looking for his new alpha breed mate.
No, stop.
Cease
Too late.
immediately.
He's already started.
He lost his breed mate when he was only a child.
Shut up!
He was training 3 little terrors, one of whom was a mini clone of his sensei, and now he had bonded with a man with a swirly orange mask after he'd been almost kidnapped by Kumo. How could things get worse? That's right. His new alpha breed mate is Obito. How the fuck is this story called Gravity by a person called Hero's Legacy? This is like the fucking most, like, 180 garbage ever. It's like, hey, Gravity by Hero's Legacy. An Alpha Omega gay shit story. Okay. Snap back to reality.
Oops, there goes Gravity.
Dragon Age Origins. All of the Grey Wardens fight the Blight to save Ferelden in Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age Origins, the video game novelization. Okay. Either this guy's gay or it's a woman.
Yes.
Let's see what else we got here. We got One Piece. We got a One Piece story from this author. They also, by the way, don't have a bio, so. Magic belonged to nature. By the way, this is a One Piece story. Magic belonged to nature or the 12 witch clans. Rogue and Ace belonged to one of the witch clans who held magic of the elements. Wait, one witch clan had all of the elements? What the fuck magic did the other 11 have? Also, if you're getting all of the elements from one clan, and you have 11 more clans of magic, the Element clan must be getting the shortest fucking raw stick in existence. Because, like, the rest of magic is gonna be time and space and reality and fate garbage. The government wanted the 12 witch clans alive, but Rogue had never been caught before. What does that have to do with what does that have to do with anything? She refused to let them have her son, who would never stop fighting for freedom. Dead or alive, Rogue would fight by Ace's side. What does this have to do with One Piece? See,
It's supposed to be One Piece?
yeah! It doesn't even feature a single One Piece character! Dragon Age Origins. What can 8 Grey Wardens, most of them recruits, do against the Blight, save the world, or go down trying? During such times, they must name a king, stop a civil war, and other stuff. Easy, right? If you're in the habit of creating miracles, maybe. What they must do now before Ferelden falls to the darkness. Okay, so this is just a generic adventure fantasy novelization of Dragon Age Origins. I think the author might just be gay, guys. I don't think it's female author. I think they're just gay. Marco times Ace, Luffy times Law. Yeah, I think they're just gay. Another Alpha Omega story taking place in One Piece. Another One Piece story. Time Travel Marine AU. Another One Piece. Discord Kitten AU. Alpha Omega Verse. CP0. I don't know what CP0 means, but I don't think I want to know.
You really don't.
No.
A blue masked bird. Another gay fic. One Piece, the Fireborn Child, born with the flame of life, capable of granting people eternal youth. The entire world is ruled by Gold D. Roger and his queen, Portuguese D. Rogue. A Tangled AU retelling with role swap. Man, it's just so tiring. It's like actually spiritually draining that people are this fucking brainless. It's like they just fucking vomit words. Like they don't even understand what they're even saying. There's like, I saw Tangled, and I'm gay, and I like One Piece. So what if I made a gay Tangled story with One Piece characters?
Can you not?
Fucking
Please.
drool worth of a cup's worth of drool just comes slowly out of their mouth. Like, what story does that create then, author? What are you trying to convey with such a story? Nothing. All you're conveying is that you're gay. Like, not even, this is not like a, oh, God, you're gay. It's like, that's literally all you're conveying when you write a gay, role-swapped, tangled AU One Piece story. All you are transmitting is that you are gay, and that's all you can think about when writing a story. Is that you're gay. And that's a very depressing way to live. That you have to...
Remember, their political ideology is their entirety of their identity. That is how they operate.
I know, but it's like 100k words, 200k, so we got 300k words, 600k words, 700k words, and then 900k words. We're at 1 million words. This dude has written 1 million words over the course of the past 5 years. 7 years about how he's gay.
Yes.
That's it. It is 1 million words about how he's gay. And that's all there is to 90% of his stories. Is I'm gay. Okay. Have you tried thinking about literally anything else?
No. The answer is no, they haven't.
I know, and I'm just saying it's a very depressing way to live. And replace gay with literally anything else. And I've written 1 million words of Sakura times Naruto. That's a really depressing thing. Unless someone's paying you to write those 1 million words, 1 million words is 10 books. Ish. 10 books. You've written the equivalent of half the Harry Potter series about a single pairing. And not about like their adventures together. It's just 10 different books of Naruto and Hinata get together, of you being gay, of insert thing here, of this soul variety. And we see this on so many different authors where it's just like, my entire existence is dedicated to writing only about this one single topic, and I don't explore the topic at all. I just continuously write to the point where the topic is concluded, where we get to the point where it's whatever my topic is about. In this case, Naruto times Hinata, all of their stories are the lead up to Naruto times Hinata, and maybe after that they like have some drama, but you know, not really drama, because the author is so obsessed with Naruto times Hinata that he could never write a story where Naruto times Hinata didn't happen and where Naruto and Hinata weren't loyal to each other. Unless it was a story about Naruto being damaged and Hinata swooping in to help fix him. And that's it. And that's all they write about. There is no other themes to their story. That's it. It is Naruto and Hinata, and then they meet, and then they fall in love, and then that story's over. And then they write another story where they do the exact same thing again. Oh, sure, they changed the window dressing. Oh, they put Halloween decorations up this time. Oh, they put Christmas decorations up this time. Oh, they're being bold, guys. It's gonna be at a medieval AU this time. And it's still the same fucking story. That you realize how depressing that sounds? That you spend decade plus of your life just thinking about two fucking fictional characters eventually fucking one day? You've spent a decade of your free time writing 10 books worth of that? At least have some fucking variety.
Welcome to fanfiction.
Sure, right, I understand that, but it's like, have some fucking variety. Write some different ideas. You know, it's like, just literally anything. Write a story about just Hinata and, you know, Hinata's childhood and how Naruto, her brief, scant interactions with Naruto affected her in her childhood in your mind. And that's it. Like, it doesn't end with the Naruto-Hinata romance. It ends with, like, Hinata finally going to, like, ninja school, right? And then that's where canon takes off. But you wrote this whole, like, headcanon leading up to it about how Naruto, like, shaped Hinata's life in your mind. At least that would be something different. At least that would be something more going on in your head beyond Hinata and Naruto. Fuck it, my favorite fuck. Like,
You're asking too much.
I know I'm asking too much. Because it's just like, it's like this fucking guy here spent the fucking million words to write about how he's gay. Cool, good for you, buddy. Try thinking about more than just you're gay.
Impossible challenge.
You've read 334 fanfics at minimum and favored of them. You clearly like One Piece and Naruto. Just, you know, write some. Fucking even Sign manages to write new things occasionally.
I mean, like from what I've seen, heard and seen his ideas, all of his stuff is generally distinct enough to be their own thing. Like he's not samey. At
Who,
least
Sign?
Not enough that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like I haven't read. I barely touched any of his stuff. Admittedly, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's like I don't know the full details of his content, but from like just from his like snippet or like the one thread that has like kind of every other
Yeah.
fic that hasn't gotten
He's got a bunch of
There's
different
variety in
ideas,
that.
a bunch of different themes, a bunch of different characters, all doing a bunch of different things in a bunch of different settings. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah,
like, so, like I can never say Sign is stagnant exactly. Like when it comes to ideas, like he has a variety.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, it'd be like if fucking Tolkien, instead of writing The Hobbit and then the Lord of the Rings series, Tolkien just wrote The Hobbit 5 times. Except, you know, he changed out who the hobbits were or something. And
Well,
instead
okay,
of
if
fighting
he wrote some kind of expanded universe of The Hobbit does this and The Hobbit does that, sure.
No,
okay.
no. That would be expanding the universe. I mean, the equivalent of this is if Tolkien just wrote The Hobbit 5 times.
Oh, he just rewrote it 5 times.
Yeah.
No.
The same themes with characters with their names changed, and maybe in the book 4 of The Hobbit book 4, instead of fighting a dragon to get the Arkenstone in the mountain, they fight a fire-breathing troll protecting an Arkenstone in the mountain. Like, it's, you know, it's like nothing really changes, right? You know, it's like in the end, they're questing after the same thing. The same themes are being applied. The same characters with the same personalities. And you change the superficial dressing on it, sure. Oh, everyone in the party is a witch now, and they all cast spells instead of swinging axes. Except literally everything happens the same anyway. You know, it doesn't really change anything if you don't write it a different way. If you don't explore and expand upon an idea. If you just write the same fucking thing over and over again, it doesn't matter if you put blue frosting on the muffin instead of red frosting this time. It's fucking frosting on a fucking muffin.
You're asking too much. That's just hard work.
Yes, I'm aware that thinking about more than one thing in your existence is hard work, but I do highly encourage people to do that. It is, in fact, part of the reason why I started this podcast and have been ranting about this for 8 years now.
Yeah, but you're getting these muffins for free, so you shouldn't complain that they're all the same fucking muffin.
No, I'll complain about the fucking muffin if it tastes like shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter if I'm getting food for free. If the food you bring to the table is like half-cooked pizza rolls that had all of their pizza filling removed, and it was filled with wasabi and feces.
Yep.
And then I go, oh god, this wasabi feces pizza roll that was only half cooked is disgusting. Can't you bring any other food besides this every single time to our public event? And you respond with, yeah, but you're getting it for free, so just enjoy it.
I mean, this is how employment bosses always do.
Yeah, and?
I mean, if you've eaten the food that a company brings, it's usually always the shittiest, cheapest thing they can find.
I have honestly never had that experience. When we had Pizza Friday at one of my jobs, it was from a local pizzeria that made really fucking good pizza, and it was an all-you-can-eat, and they always made sure to buy enough pizza that everyone could eat at least 5 slices, so it was a lot of fucking pizza.
I question why 5 slices was the acceptable amount for every person.
It's a sneaky size serving.
Well, A, yes. B, everyone there was fatter than I was. And C, we worked longer than 10 hours a day sometimes.
Literally how? You're 6 feet in all directions.
Ooh!
Because, and I will surprise you by this information, Nose, there are people bigger than me.
I know, I've probably seen.
Yeah.
You expect them to talk like Jabba the Hutt when they open their mouths.
This displeases
I've seen a Walmart.
Gorlock.
There's a Walmart like an hour away from my home that I have to unfortunately drive by.
Yeah, yeah.
Sucks.
And so it's just, you know, yes, there is a reason why I rant about this shit for 8 fucking years now. I'm gonna probably rant about it for 8 fucking more years, so long as Twitch and YouTube allow me to. I don't care if it ever reaches anybody. That was never the intention in the first place. And yeah, admittedly, I did advertise this podcast in the various Reddits before I got banned from them because people said I was too acerbic to offer real advice to people that they would want to listen, and I was like, I don't fucking care. If I'm gonna give you advice, and I'm gonna give you the advice in the way I want to give it to you. I'm not gonna fucking package it in a nice little pattern so you can feel good when you're getting it. I don't give a shit if you improve. You can fucking sit in a pile of shit for the rest of your life. I don't care. I would appreciate it.
That's a violation.
Yeah. I would appreciate it if people produced more than just fecal matter. But at the end of the day, it is free. And if all they want to do is rub feces over themselves and post it online, then it is what it is. But that isn't going to stop me from saying that maybe, hey, we should stop rubbing feces on ourselves. You know, just consider.
Don't kink shame.
Just consider the following. I will. So, you know, I think we can leave it there pretty safely. It's authors like these that I'm just so tired of. Like, it doesn't matter that it's fucking gay. It could be fucking Naruto times Hinata. It could be Ichigo times Orihime. If you write 1 million fucking words of anything and you have no variation to what you're writing, and what you're writing is also on top of that, if it's not original works and it's all supposed to be fan fiction, and we're all sitting here waiting for the point where it actually includes the fandom you're fucking writing for, and you've written 1 million words of fan fiction that doesn't even qualify as fiction for that fandom, I don't know, man. It's just like, it's like if someone had a hobby of building miniatures or Gundams or whatever, and after they finished building the miniature, you know, they went with like the ultra real highest grade version with like the 2,000 parts to make the Gundam thing, right? They had to paint each part individually, one by one, and they had to glue with a fucking magnifying glass to put it all together, and whatever, right? Like they spent days, weeks putting together this Gundam. And then after they finish putting together the Gundam, they strap a brick of C4 to it and set it off.
I figured that was where that was going.
Sneaky, we just call that realistic battle damage.
But you see what my point though is, right? It's like, sure, you can have that as a hobby. Sure. I'm still gonna look at that and call it a waste of time.
Yeah, I mean that's absolutely a fair comparison to make here as well.
You know, you spend all of this time fucking jogging in a circle. You've accomplished nothing. You haven't grown better. You don't have anything to show for it. You have nothing, and you've spent a third of your life doing it. Midlife crisis is going to hit you hard. But,
Welcome to working a job.
well, the job produces money, which that's a whole different story. Anyway, regardless, we'll be here on Friday because there's always more in